I wanted to take this one. Okay. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you, Director of the program, this morning. When the editor said he's come home, I know exactly the kind of feeling I was talking about. Whenever I come to Cape Town, because I stayed in Cape Town for 10 years, in my youth, in a beautiful island, I was a tourist. But unfortunately, I was kept there as a tourist for 10 years. I saw the total beauty of the island. So I always feel like coming home in a way. But he has different feelings because this is where he was born. It was a forced kind of tourism on me. But I accepted it in any way. Also good to come and meet the Premier. We've been discussing business already about government. And I always feel good that democracy works if opposition parties can discuss joint programs and agree. Not so, Premier. We're agreed. Wonderful. I'm sorry, I've been traveling a lot. I've got a little bit of flu. So if I do this kind of things, don't say, hey, Krengelendot. Not at all. Fellow South Africans, good morning to you all. Let me thank the New Age and the SABC for creating this opportunity for interaction with the Cape Town business community and fellow South Africans in other parts of the country. In a few days' time, on Saturday, the country will mark Children's Day as the first Saturday in November each year is South Africa's National Children's Day. We work harder each day to make South Africa a more prosperous country for our children and future generations. Children, like the majority of people in our country, find themselves in dire situations of poverty in many families. Government continues to provide much needed support to children to fight child poverty. We currently have more than 10.5 million children who benefit from the Child Support Grant, while we provide foster care benefits to over 563,000 vulnerable children. The impact and importance of these grants in our communities is yet to be widely understood. During the global recession, the grant sustained the lives of children from poor households and protected them from extreme hunger and poverty. This was revealed in a report released in March last year by UNICEF and the Financial and Fiscal Commission of South Africa, entitled "The Impact of the International Financial Crisis on Child Poverty in South Africa." While the economy shed many jobs during the recession with a negative impact on families, the report highlights that, and I quote, "It appears the institutionalization of social protection programs in South Africa especially the child support grant, have paid off in terms of assisting poor families to stay above water in both ordinary and extraordinary times, unquote. Research has also indicated that the spending patterns of the child support grant focuses on the basic necessities such as food and electricity. In addition, we have witnessed increased school attendance and nutrition in homes of child support grant beneficiaries. Government also subsidizes close to 800,000 children at early childhood development centers to enable children from poor families and poor households to obtain early education. In addition, more than 8 million children at primary and secondary schools benefit from school feeding schemes. We are satisfied, therefore, that we are on the right track with regards to child protection programs to cushion them from poverty. Compatriots, while our poverty alleviation measures assisting both adults and children are extensive and effective, they cannot substitute the need for a growing economy that should create jobs. I have traveled to many parts of the country in recent months, monitoring the performance of government. I come face to face with the triple scourge of poverty, inequality, and unemployment, which continues to affect scores of people. Most of the unemployed people in this country are young women and men under the age of 35 years. The global economic recession of over 2 years ago resulted in almost 500,000 jobs being lost. The probability of another global downturn does not bode well for us and our commitment to grow the economy and create jobs and job opportunities. We, however, remain steadfast in our commitment to remove all obstacles to achieve our goal of creating 5 million jobs for our fellow citizens that are currently unemployed by the year 2020. To place job creation firmly on the agenda of all important sectors in the country, we declared 2011 the year of economic transformation and job creation. We know that this is a tough call, given the punishing economic climate in which we are losing jobs instead of creating them. We are convinced, however, that our economic transformation programs will build a stronger and more resilient economy in the long run. We have adopted a range of measures to turn the tide against unemployment and place the economy on a labor-absorbing path. The new growth path adopted over a year ago outlines our vision to transform the economy into an inclusive growth path, break our historical dependency on extraction and exportation of raw materials, as well as to respond to the challenge of climate change. We have introduced an industrial policy action plan to promote industrialization, especially in sectors that have the potential to create large-scale employment. We have an extended public works program and a community works program to provide short-term employment opportunities while also responding to pressing community challenges. Our hope is that this program will give the excluded an opportunity to earn some income and acquire some basic skills that can be utilized elsewhere in the economy. Following our July Cabinet Lekgotla, we have decided to mainstream infrastructure development. Our country needs power stations, railway lines, road upgrades, bridges, dams, refurbished airports, and other critical infrastructure development projects. To this end, government is investing more than 800 billion rand in infrastructure over the next few years. Estimates suggest that infrastructure development can sustain between 50,000 and 100,000 jobs in construction through 2015. It will also contribute to much needed economic growth and development. To manage this priority, we have established a high-level presidential infrastructure coordinating commission, chaired by the President, assisted by the Deputy President Kgalema Motlanthe. The PICC has to monitor every major infrastructure project in the country. Other than infrastructure planning and execution, government is also implementing other undertakings made in the State of the Nation Address to boost economic activity and jobs prospects. The merger of small business funding institutions is underway. The 9 billion rand jobs fund to encourage employment creation initiatives is now operational. The program to provide 20 billion rand in tax incentives for large businesses has also been implemented. New regulations under the Presidential Procurement Act will come into effect in December this year. This will increase government's commitment to buying local in order to stimulate employment and production. A social accord supporting this move was announced yesterday. We also realize that we need to make our people, especially the youth, employable through training. We are encouraged by the support we get from labor and business in this regard. An innovative skills accord was signed recently. In addition, substantial work has been done to to forge a common approach on the green economy with business, organized labor, and community organizations. But most importantly, we would like to emphasize the importance of SMMEs in boosting economic activity and job creation. During this negative economic climate, many retrenched workers will try to start small businesses to survive. Many of these startup businesses will be of the survivalist type and need the support of both big business and government. Adequate training in business skills and mentoring are critical factors for success in small enterprises. We urge big business to provide that monitoring and mentoring support, as it will be helpful to the economy in the long run. Government has a number of programs on SMME development, skills training, and enterprise support services. We have established a support network through the Small Enterprise Development Agency we call SEDA. The agency has established a network of 42 branches, 17 mobile units, and 58 enterprise information centers countrywide. There are close to 63,916 new clients accessing the SEDA branch network. SEDA has established 3 branches and enterprise information centers in the Western Cape. We are aware also that there are discussions between SEDA and the Real Enterprise Development Initiative of the Western Cape province for SEDA to acquire the Red Door branches to expand this network. Government has also introduced policies that will assist small businesses that are in financial distress, provided for in the new Companies Act. The provision will help to ensure that SMMEs in distress are saved before they reach a stage of insolvency and ultimate liquidation. From government side, we are also tackling the failure to pay suppliers on time, which affects SMMEs negatively. We have sent out an unambiguous message to Directors General of government departments to take personal responsibility for this anomaly as accounting officers. We expect regular reports from them on progress made to pay suppliers, which should be done within 1 month of services or goods being delivered. Government cannot be the one that stifles the growth of SMMEs. Compatriots, we are also building economy that is connected to the world and which will benefit from vibrant and balanced trade with the rest of the world. Creating decent jobs remains a priority because our domestic policy and the national interest inform our foreign policy. Africa remains our primary focus area, while not neglecting the developed North and the developing South with regards to bilateral relations. A major development on the continent is the integration of SADC, the East African Community, and the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa. This will create a market of 26 countries with a combined population of nearly 600 million people and a total of GDP of approximately 224 billion US dollars. This is a massive market that will no doubt help to boost growth and development. Our participation in forums such as BRICS, India, Brazil, South Africa Forum, and the G20 provide platforms of promoting the African agenda and a more just and equal world economic order. I leave for France this evening to attend the G20 meeting. The forum has emerged in recent years as a premier forum for global economic policy discussion and coordination. Issues to be discussed at the G20 include global economic situation, reforming the international monetary system, improving global governance, and promoting a development agenda. Compatriots, while government is doing its best to boost job creation, governments can never be the principal providers of jobs. Instead, jobs are created by successful and well-managed private sector enterprises. Our role is to create an enabling environment through progressive policies and programs. We therefore urge business to do more to increase levels of investment, training, and above all, employment creation. I urge business to find ways to also support localization, which aims to support and rebuild our manufacturing sectors. We welcome the ongoing discussions and partnerships between business, labor, and government on job creation and other matters within the ambit of NEDLAC. The accords that have been signed by business, labor, and government on local procurement, basic education, and skills development indicate unity in dealing with matters affecting the country. This unity will give our people hope and create optimism. Let us continue to work together to build a more prosperous and successful South Africa for our children, whose special day we will celebrate on Saturday, National Children's Day. I thank you. Ladies and